Good move joining in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics, coming to you from the outstanding studios at First Star Logistics. And we've got Phil Simms. Phil Simms can talk about football, any subject that you desire to talk about with respect to football. So decided, let's talk to Phil Simms about the Cincinnati Bengals schedule, what that looks like, what the expectations might be, where are potential pitfalls, where are the soft spots in the schedule, where can they make a run, all that sort of thing. Because Phil Simms played a bunch of years in the National Football League at a very, very high level, won a Super Bowl, Pro Bowl player. He's in the Hall of Fame for the New York Giants, should be in the Hall of Fame in Canton. Phil Simms. So, as a quarterback, and as a great one, how important is the slot receiver? I mean, what's the trust like between quarterback and slot receiver? And Tyler Boyd moving on, he'd been the slot receiver successfully for many, many years. Now it's going to be, it could be Burton, it could be a little bit by committee, or a tight end like Gesicki. Can he kind of take over some of the mojo between quarterback and slot receiver? What's your take on that, Phil?
Oh yeah, I think it's huge. I think the two easiest guys to get the football to, maybe on the offensive side of football, are the slot receivers and the tight end.
Yeah.
The tight end, you can do so many things: split him here, do this, move that, put him in motion, let him block, whatever it is. And the slot receiver, hey, there's no sideline that they can protect. We got in, out, and down the field. We got it all. Sometimes you line up as a wide receiver, you go, well, these outcuts, there's no chance. So, I think it's huge. And ever since Bill Belichick brought in Wes Welcome from the Miami Dolphins, that system, that position has become extremely important. And, I don't think it's quite as important for the Bengals just because of who their outside guys are. And that just gives it, even losing Tyler Boyd, who I liked. But I think that position will still do well. And Gesicki, same thing. Good pro, decent talent. He'll have moments where he's going to play really well too.
You talked about, quarterback in a situation when you're down a couple of scores and the end of the game, 8 minutes, check it down, take that 3-yard gain or loss, whatever. Okay, running back, they can catch the ball out of the backfield. Joe Mixon had some good years catching the football. Zach Moss, pretty good. Do you think the Bengals can utilize him?
Well, I do. I think, it's hard to sit there and say we're going to, Dave, it's hard to say we're going to utilize him more in the pass game when we got these other guys who really need to get the ball to.
Right.
So it's going to be, what's the word for it? Just look, there's nobody else to throw at this throw or whatever this time, so I'll just throw it to you, because the defense sooner or later is going to make you check it down to the running back.
Sure.
And so Zach Moss, like him a lot.
Yeah.
Thought he really played well in Indianapolis last year. Tough. So he gives them that more, just like Joe Mixon did. I don't even know what was the difference in the salaries. Was it a big difference between Joe Mixon and
Joe did get paid. They did pay him. Yeah, they gave him a little bit, a good bit more money than Zach. The Bengals paid Zach. Yeah, they saved some money.
I don't think it's going to be, if you're you're not going to notice a huge difference.
Right.
I think Zach Moss is kind of the same player. And the Bengals, they needed a running back who was physical. And that's Zach Moss is every bit of that. He is physical and, just gives your team a little more personality of toughness, which all teams need. So, good signing, played well at Indianapolis. And however you thought the running was there in Indianapolis, it's going to be easier in Cincinnati. Trust me.
So you had to come off of injury. How did you handle that, Phil? I mean, the early stages of training camp, every injury is different. Every quarterback's different. There's no single answer here. But from a mindset perspective, you're a tough guy. You're a physical guy. You're like Burrow in that regard. You're competitive as hell. You don't want to lose in anything. Nobody, you're that kind of guy, and you're a winner. What do you tell Joe Burrow, Phil?
Hey, look, we know he's on top of everything. He knows his body. You can tell all these things. He's changed, I think, dramatically from his rookie year to what he is now.
No
in
doubt.
many ways.
Yep.
His mind, his personality, his body, his play, it's all gone uphill. So yeah. I mean, even more as he's trying to overcome all these injuries. He's been a little unlucky, let's be honest. That it's got to be a total focus about, I got to stay healthy. And I remember in 1984, my career was coming. It was on the line. Bill Parcells. I was coming off another damn injury. And, no matter what, it's like, I'm not going to get hurt. I don't care. And I played, I think, basically every play of the whole year, which was, kind of rebooted my career a little bit and kept me with the New York Giants too. No, I'm sorry. Did I say 86? It was 1984 when this went on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So threw for over 4,000 yards, which was really a big thing. I was pretty happy with it. And
again, are you kidding me? In 1984?
Yeah, no.
Shoot. That's 5,000 plus now, bro.
I know. The only thing I've talked to Dan Marino, John Elway. We've had some conversations. John Elway says to me once, "What do you think I would do if I was playing now?" And I go, "What do you mean? What do I think? You'd throw for 7,000 yards and you'd be running and you get to throw 10 screens a game, John." That was the first thing he said to me. "Can you believe all these screens that are thrown in the NFL now?" I said, "I didn't throw one single wide receiver screen in my life."
Is that right?
No, nobody ran wide receiver screens.
That's true. You're right. Back then they didn't. How about tight ends? You run any tight end screens?
No, not even close. All screens were thrown to the running backs.
Yep.
Yeah. I loved it when they called screens. Oh my God. Oh, good. Screens and play actions where you knew somebody's going to be wide open. Those are great. They're the quarterback's best friend without a question when it comes to throwing the football.
All right. Final question here for you. Handling success can be tougher than handling adversity. And
Right.
the Bengals are coming off a season where, they finished 9-8, but they've last in their division.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, we got something to prove. So they're playing that way. But it was like in their minds, well, we didn't have Joe Burrow. We didn't have that. We didn't. And now in preseason prognosticators have Joe Burrow. Patrick Mahomes literally is the only quarterback that I've seen in most ratings over Joe Burrow.
Yes, that's true.
And then the latest publication I looked at when they were doing all the division standings, prognosticating, had the Bengals 13-4, winning the AFC North, the best record in the AFC, the number one seed in the AFC, and they had them going to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. I'm like,
a lot of people.
Okay, so how do you, when you were a player and you're coming off a Super Bowl season, you're MVP of the Super Bowl, how do you say to your teammates, "All right, here we go, and we got to get going. We got to do this right"? What's the formula, Phil? What's the formula for doing it right?
Well, we didn't do it right. We had the damn strike, which was coming in
Yeah,
'87, so that was really a downer. It just changed everything, the whole offseason, whatever. But I think that when you hear all this greatness about you before it started, that's going to be up to the coaches and some of the players to really corral it and push all this stuff in the right way. Zac Taylor in training camp, if he has a few sloppy practices, oh man, he's got ammo, man. It's there. So, they got too many players on the football team and too many coaches that just kind of have the tunnel vision that you need. So I don't even worry about the Bengals being, not having the right mindset, not doing this, not doing that. I mean, I don't get that fit. The fact that they went 9-8, I don't care what people say. Joe Burrow hurt. Do you think he's not wants to just torch everybody for this?
right.
Yeah. So I don't think we have to worry about the Bengals having to let down that way. That's for sure.
I agree with you. It's going to be very interesting. And their early season schedule is favorable, to get off to a good start. And you mentioned that you took a good long look at the draft. Give me, I lied. One final observation. Give me your overall perspective of the Bengals draft, Phil.
Okay. I had them written down. So I was really Amarius Mims. Oh my God. Okay. So how's that for quickness?
Love it.
All right. Chris Jenkins. I liked him. I said, wow, he's a good athlete. I love the fact that he's high energy. All that. I did say a little bit. I think the one thing I did look back and just go, I do worry a little bit about his size. What kind of player is going to,
Getting engulfed.
yeah, he. I thought he played small or looked small. Here we are. I'm saying it about somebody 6'3", close to 300 pounds.
Right.
But a good athlete, great experience. Jermaine Burton, I loved him. I did say this about him. He played at Alabama. Damn, he was wide open so many times, and the ball was in the first row. But he's strong. I got like 6 things about him that I love. Breaks tackles. He's really good after the catch. Physical as hell. Slick route runner. Makes good cuts. I mean, holy Christ, how much better can I be to somebody? McKinley Jackson of Texas, just real quick, I liked him.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
Josh Newton, the corner. Hell, he practiced every day against pros. That's one thing. So I had a lot of good stuff to say about him too. Matt Lee, liked him. Did you like him when you studied him?
I did. I mean, I thought they got tremendous value with him where they got him. Are you kidding me? I mean,
Seventh round. That's what I
Yeah.
wrote. Steal at the
Yeah.
bottom of a thing. A steal.
I had him worst case scenario, like beginning of the 6th, I
Yeah.
thought he was, and that's, nitpicking or whatever, but
Yeah.
I thought I had him at the beginning of the 5th. I had Anthony, the other first 7th round pick at the beginning of the 6th. I had Matt Lee as the beginning of the 5th round guy. So
Right.
I think he's got, very
Yeah.
productive. He's athletic. He's mobile. I like the kid. I'm anxious to see him play.
Yeah. The one thing I did worry about, I wrote it in my things. I hope the weight's not a problem. No matter how strong you are and all the athletic, if you don't have enough weight, well, who am I talking to? You know more than me
No,
about that. You got to have some lead in your ass there to hold in against these giant people now. But I liked, let's see, what did I write about Erick All, the tight end from Iowa?
Yeah.
Man, I wrote this down. What just left? They played 4 tight ends more than any team in the history of the world. 4 at a time. 4. And
He was you.
Oh my God. But he did what I would call a lot of pulling. They always say the pin and pull. He was a guy kicking out a lot. I liked him. And I figure he's kind of what they would want. Wasn't a great blocker. I was expecting more as a blocker, but he'll fit in there and he'll be a good guy. Somebody you can count on as time goes along. Anthony from Ole Miss. What'd you think about him?
Yeah, let me reference.
It's hard. I know it's so many guys.
I think his strength is press coverage. I think that's his deal. I mean,
right.
He's got decent length. It's going to be, like you said, the wide receiver group that he's going to be working against. It's going to be show me time. What do you think about the other?
Missed one.
Tight end, Tanner McLachlan.
I did not get a chance to watch him.
Okay.
The guy I did leave out, Cedric Johnson,
Yeah.
the defensive end from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who am I talking? Who was the guy that you guys had for years? He was a 2nd round pick from Florida, I think. Defensive end.
Johnson, Michael Johnson.
No,
he was.
He was kind of hit and miss. He wasn't a great attitude guy.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. Cedric Johnson. I couldn't think of his name as I was watching him. He's got the look.
Bernard Wilson.
No. This guy was really good for you guys. But whatever. Cedric Johnson, I wish he was more aggressive. He has the look, and I expected more when I would watch him run and just his body type and everything like that. I go, this guy has star potential. He ran a 4.6 40, for what? How much did I have him weigh? 260 pounds.
Right.
He's long arms, long legs. I mean, he's a prototype looking defensive end. I got a lot like production. I wrote question mark. Not quite as much as I thought that he would have, but
I agree with you. I think I looked at the 4.6, 38-inch vertical. Then I watched how they coached him. and they didn't utilize. They had him two gap and reacting. It's like not much penetration, not much use of that athletic talent. And I think part of that is that's a big factor. You go to the combine, it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this kid could do this. Sometimes the film can hide stuff, until you get into another system with a different coaching staff and all that. I don't know.
I watched probably 100 plays of his, and I didn't see one time where he showed me a move that's going to work in the NFL, because you said it. What he do now, he's going to get the NFL, and there's going to be Trey Hendrickson. Then once he sees a few tricks, he's going to get the rush. I just felt like it was never like, go get the quarterback.
Yeah.
Is that the best thing to say about it? I just didn't feel that.
Yeah. And I think it was, the scheme limited him that way, I think, a little bit.
To pick him in the 6th round, man, those are the diamonds, man. You get some of those that they come through for you, then you're a damn genius. That's
huge value.
But overall, it was a good draft, really good. Mims, I couldn't get over it. I watched him a little during the season, but then I watched him. I forgot he was sick. He's 6'8". God, he measured at the combine at 6'8", I think.
But, yeah.
Damn. What is the world coming to?
Man, Mountain Dean. Cedric Johnson, like you talked about, I thought he'd go like maybe late 4th round.
Yeah.
He goes in the 6th. I do think that their draft, I thought in the last few years, I do feel like they've gotten value in their, later picks. But everybody, as we know, Phil, grades people differently. And it's like, oh, man, that's he doesn't fit our scheme, but he fits this team's scheme. Boy, they have him valued a hell of a lot different. But for what the Bengals had players valued at, I think they feel like they get value.
Well, tell me this. The Bengals still send out their coaches to look at players?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, nothing against scouts and all those people. But, man, when you're a coach, you look at it entirely different, and you can see it. It can be, one side, and the scouts and that have it on another. And I think that's a great thing that the Bengals have done over the career. That's why they hit on a lot of draft picks. It's because their coaches are going out there and they know what they're looking at, how to apply it to their football team, and what they're looking for.
What fits their scheme, yep.
Yeah, it's all good. So, hey, man.
Well, you're all good. You're all good, Phil Simms.
Oh, no, but I'm, Dave, I'm just so excited for everything to start. I can't wait to go down and watch the damn Giants practice. It's just like, oh, it's great. I say the same thing as I get older, and I know you probably say it too. I go to practice and I go, oh my God, the league is so big.
They are freaks, man.
Oh my God. How about you? You be an offensive lineman of your size. You got to line up against somebody that's 360 pounds and can move.
I'm telling you.
Oh,
but Phil, it's crazy. I mean, I remember this time of year how I felt as a player, the anticipation, the anxiety of getting it started, and then that's one of the reasons I wanted to stay with it in some way, shape, or form, because you like that feeling. It's like, all right, it's cyclical. It's like it's seasonal. Oh, here it comes football season again.
Oh,
I mean, it becomes part of your life, right? I mean, it's crazy.
It is your life, and or whatever it has been for you and me, and what we do and all that. And when there's 2 weeks to go before you report to training camp, I mean, just bring us in, because I'm not going to enjoy one moment of these last 2 weeks, because all I'm thinking about, man, I think I'm ready. I'm pretty sure I'm really ready, and let me go run another mile just in case.
Yeah, don't make that for dinner. I can't do that. I'm going to go run. It's like
I was even in high school, because I ran a mile full pads in practice almost every single day of my high school career. Yeah. Really? That was like a tradition. Wow. And they timed our ass too. I'd smoke it.
Really?
I would. What's that?
What were you running?
I would run under 6 minutes.
You're the man, Phil Simms.
Well, that's what was expected of me.
That's damn good.
And I was always second to a kid that ran cross country. How in the hell am I going to beat him? One day we tackled him behind the coaches couldn't see us. We went behind the stadium, and a couple of the guys tackled him, held him down so I could win. And the coaches, when we all come finishing in, they were yelling at him, "Oh, you!" And the damn kid was crying. I was like, "Oh my God!" But I tell my sons that, and so my high school coach came up when they retired my jersey, and my son walked out to my high school coach in my backyard, because we were going to get a bus and go down. And he goes, Coach, can I ask you something? And my high school coach went, it's true. Because he knew what was coming. We would get off the scrimmage in high school scrimmage game. We'd drive on the buses, whatever. He would get off and start looking around. Man, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're gonna run around the stadium, run through the parking lot, go around the school, and then come back. I mean, like, oh my God, we're going to scrimmage and we got to run a friggin' mile before the scrimmage.
I know, man. Oh my God.
And we took a team of ragtags, and I mean it too. We had nothing. And we got beat in the state finals by, a molar type of school.
Yeah.
St. Xavier down in Louisville.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. We played Trinity in the championship game.
Another big one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for us to even be on the same field with them was unbelievable, but it was great. Great experience. I got a 50-year high school reunion coming up soon. So some of my football mates, we're going to have some good laughs about that. That's for sure.
No doubt. No
yeah.
doubt. Good
So
time.
that was great. Yeah, great, Dave. Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't. I wanted to get into those guys a little more, but I wrote so many things down about them. It was going to take me a few minutes to get through them. So I write. How about you?
Oh, I'm a writer. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I write all day long about stuff. It's crazy.
Just notes. Yeah. My wife makes fun of me. She goes, you print so small. I mean, it's ridiculous. How can you read it? But I said, I got to get a lot of information on, one sheet, it's like.
Yeah, doing the game, I got to get. I've almost forgotten how I did my boards for games. And did I put the offense and defense on the same? The Cincy offense against the Pittsburgh defense on one sheet, or did I do it on the back? What do you do? Do you put them both? You put them both on one side, right?
Yeah.
And then you flip it over when okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm like you. I got a lot of writing. I'm a little afraid I won't be able to get half of it in. It's going to be fun. I look forward to doing the games, looking forward to the season, training camp, everything. It's going to be great, Dave, and I'm sure we'll have a couple times, hopefully, during the year. I got to bring you on our podcast.
Sure.
My son, Matt, I want you to slap him around a little when we get on it, too.
Nothing better than working with your sons, Phil. You got the Sims family is the first family of football, baby.
Oh, I don't know if we're the first, but we do like talking football. That's for sure.
Oh, it doesn't take long to call roll. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. All right, man. Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, Phil. You're the best, man. Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.